Hi everyone. We're at the end of May. Let's have ourselves a channel update video where, as has been the case during these, we review the month we just experienced. And boy, there was a lot to experience this month. I flung myself off the deep end into lengthy broadcasts and doing series, and boy, was it a time to be alive. Boy. Boy, wow, boy. Yeah. We had a little ease defense right before May started, so, I could fiddle with stream settings. We launched ourselves in the Lost Technology, which was not a goal for the month. I had fun with it, though. A number of you all did as well. It amused me to log on to Discord and look at my list of server members and see so many folks playing Lost Technology. It's one of the ways that I can see that I'm an influencer whenever I'm playing something and then looking over at that sidebar of Discord members and see that they're all playing the same thing. That's right, influencer. Mover and shaker. Yeah. I sound more excited than I actually am about that, but Corporate Grimith is pleased. Rest assured. We did Heroes Rise, the Hero Project, continuing off the Prodigy story that I did a few years back. There was like a half hour left on Bit's request to do the trilogy. I gotta say, the Hero Project wasn't that good. Let out some frustrations here in the video description of the final video, and a number of viewers left comments echoing my sentiments. Just the story, the protag ended up being constantly overwhelmed by everything transpiring around him. It wasn't proactive, it was reactive. Whereas in the first book, you got to make some proactive choices to define yourself. The reality show, like, cubby hole, cardboard box, like, it ended up, like, being, like, a narrow definition. And your character just didn't have room to grow or expand or do things against others. It was all being done to you. It's just a hand wave of, there was no time to think about it. There was no time to have a conversation about this. You're constantly on the run, on the move, which, just didn't make for very engaging storybook gameplay. I can't see myself doing the third one. Although the Hero Project certainly did seem to set up the third one. Heroes Rise, I think that's called. Just no. No. First one was alright. Second one, no. Not so alright. Lost Technology, that was pretty fun. Caves of Cud, did that. Did not expect Tutorial Man Esquire to get as far as he did. Had the run ended much sooner, I would have done a second Caves of Cud playthrough. But I just don't have any inclination to do so. I could do an Esper character or an aristocrat loaded up with cybernetics, and I'm definitely interested in cybernetics. But I'm kind of like, what would I do? It just ends up being a sandbox, because I've just explored all the story that exists in the game. So I'm just a sandbox where I go around, explore, like, caverns and get loot. It ends up being like rules I make instead of guidelines given to me by the game. I could look at the list of achievements for, like, inspiration of what to pursue. I don't know. Just not feeling it. This run was done primarily because I was playing the game anyway. Just a thing that I was doing at late nights to relax. Didn't have to have much brain power. It's alright to move on. We started up Total War Shogun 2. That was a goal for the month. Hard Takeda, and it's been pretty delightful thus far. A number of folks who enjoy this channel for strategic gameplay and who've been missing out on that have come out of the woodwork of late, as I've had strategy games falling out. Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War 2, Chaos Rising. We had our fucking Ogre Battle, which is our tactical gameplay. Total War Shogun 2. Lost Technology. It's like, yeah, look at him playing strategy games again. How about that? What a fucking miracle. And I've enjoyed having the brain power and focus to enjoy strategy games and tactical games. Ogre Battle, it was what it was. Like, despite my griping towards it during the process of the gameplay, I don't bear the game any ill will. It's just not a game designed for me. The way that I want to play the game is the way that leads to you being shamed by the game about playing the game that way. Just not particularly engaging for me. The actual, like, battles are ones in which you don't give much in the way of input at all. And then all the mechanics, like, beyond the battles, I just don't find very fun. But, rest assured, it's not going to be the last time we do anything pertaining to ogres and battling, which involves 200% fewer ogres than advertised. As a matter of fact, 0 ogres. No ogres were harmed during the making of those streams. I could have finished up Total War Shogun 2 this month, but I've decided to cart it out once per day, and I have just been recording once per day. There is an episode 16 that will be coming out at 1 p.m. today, and I haven't played any further beyond that. It's a way for me to get viewer feedback and possibly employ it or discuss it in episodes. Constantly stringing these out does also allow me to think about the episode, like what I'm doing in gameplay more. But what ends up happening is that I just get, like, I forget a bit about what I'm doing, especially with how the Empire currently exists as of right now. It is sizable. I'm not too familiar with the game and structure prioritization or tech tree prioritization, and it's just it's a lot for me to process, especially while doing live commentary. If the question ends up being, well, why don't you switch to post? Why don't you go throw yourself off a roof? Post commentary. It's happened before on this channel. Just not something I enjoy. Yeah. So the 2 goals I had for doing local recordings, Hero Project, Total War Shogun 2, that one's done. Hero Project and Shogun 2, it's on the way. It's on the way. Ogre Battle was a stream goal. That's done. Lost Technology was not a stream goal. And we did a run of that, and I expect I'll play more of that on stream in the future. The only stream goal I haven't completed was Front Mission. It's a 7-hour request. I did expect that I would do it all in one stream, but the unseasonably warm temperatures that the heat wave that has smothered my area of late, triple-digit temperatures the past 2 days, just it's just a life drainer. Where it's like, I don't want to sit in front of my computer and play video games while streaming. I don't even want to do that while locally recording. It's rough. It's also inspired, well, it's been an impetus for the special air conditioner, the wall-mounted unit for this room is alright. But the primary unit that serves heating and air for the house as a whole is old. That's been put off due to the expense of it, and also due to the fact that didn't know whether this house would be sold. And moving out. But still here, so need to get an estimate on what it would take to replace that. That's going to be an expense. Because something that was very much exemplified over the past several days is, no, it can't quite handle everything that it used to. Especially the vaulted fucking ceiling in the living room, but maybe the fault's not in the unit so much as Grimith, right? It looks pretty. Why wouldn't I have such a wonderful thing? Cooling it. So yeah, that's the only reason the Front Mission broadcast doesn't happen, or more broadcasts in general. Other local recording ideas that I thought of included We the Revolution. I didn't do We the Revolution, and I don't plan on playing We the Revolution because of a friend's advice. I had noted to some viewers back before the game was released on Steam, like late last year. I looked at it like, this is interesting. I have familiarity with that particular era of French history. And I looked at the game, and I was like, okay, yeah, like a historical fictionalization of the time period. I like the art style, the premise of it, of being a judge that was brought on to influence things. More on that whole judge to like influence, control, and manipulate later on in this update video. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I just didn't end up buying it when it came out. It was February, and I was really fucking busy then. But I'm like, all right, it's May. I got the time. I got the energy. Let's do this. I go out with a friend. We're talking about games, and I bring up that fact, and he said, Howard, don't do it. I'm like, what? No, don't get it. Don't play it. It will piss you off. Really? And then I'm like, okay, that was a pretty strong reaction. Forget my attitude towards spoilers. How would it piss me off? And so then my friend explained how it would piss me off. I'm like, oh. Didn't go into like immaculate detail about every nuance, but gave me the strong impression, and I trust my friend. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll stay away from that, at least for a time. Yeah, let's just, let's give that game some space. Yeah. I don't want to share my friend's review. I'd rather share what my friend called me. My God-given name. Than that, but yeah, just, we're just gonna stay away from that one. We the Revolution, just, give it a good long think. Might read some reviews, check like some update logs to see if some things change. I could circle back around to that game. Yeah, that sounds alright. Yeah, off camera, I've been fucking around with Star Zoo. I've definitely put more time into Star Zoo at this point than the toady one Tarn Adams has put into it. I streamed that for a while last month, where I played as the Philosopher and tried to take the Philosopher to the end of the game. From what Toady said years back in, correspondence with him, the Philosopher gets to bypass the final encounter. The problem is that I can't get the Philosopher to the final encounter. The most difficult minigame of all of the minigames in Star Zoo is infiltrating the base where the animal is, where you either skulk through the sewers, you get in your tank suit, or you got a shotgun and you're trying to, take cover in the game. And boy howdy, I have researched and, considered numerous ways in which I could cheese the system. And the fucking high score log is just a barrage of dead philosophers. No. I can't do it. I can't take a Philosopher to the end. Which means I have to rethink how I'm going to beat Star Zoo. And it's not going to be through the Philosopher, which means it's gotta be someone who can beat the final boss. Which means it's gotta be someone who can get to the fucking final boss. Which means it's gotta be the Marine. Picking the Marine with the vastly increased health pool, means that the only minigame I have to worry about is the landing one. Yeah. Especially with all the hot tips and tricks that I've employed during the whole personal combat fighting thing, which there isn't much of anything, because the game wasn't designed with a whole lot of nuance. It was designed during an insomnia-fueled fucking train ride or whatever over the span of, yeah. The game has fucking no, dev time in it. I'm stress testing this sumbitch right now. So it's gotta be the Marine. What I think I am going to do this month is I'm going to employ what a speedrunner would do, where I'm going to save state my way into practicing things. I'm going to get to the final boss, and I'm going to practice that final boss. And see if there is any way I can beat that fucker. If I can't beat it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna have to find a way to get the Philosopher to the end. It does mean that off-camera I will see the ending of the game, though, which is nice. And then I'll see if I can put it all together into an actual run. So yeah, that's what's happening with Star Zoo. Scheming, plotting, planning, conniving. Not conniving so much, but the strategic and tactical brain of Grimith is hard at work. Alright, that was a lengthy discussion. a review of what's happening, what happened this month. 15 minutes of that. So what's coming up next month? We obviously have the continuation of Total War Shogun 2. We're halfway through the game in years, but we're going to be fighting battles for sure. And I don't know how that'll translate into... We'll find out when we get there, yeah? Let's see. We will have a broadcast where we play Front Mission. I will not finish that game unless I heartily change my mind on Front Mission. It's fun, but that particular style of game also just doesn't appeal to me. I've done Front Mission over half my life ago. I played it and went through it. It was fun. I have Front Mission 4 for the PlayStation 2. I played that. It's fun. But that particular style of game, with how the combat mechanics are and how easy it feels like someone can die, especially the main character, which is a game over, just grates on me. But, you know, I'm also better at strategy and tactics than I was half my life ago, so maybe I'll figure out something, yeah? Like how I figured out something with Ogre Battle. The story of the game is also... well, it's a thing. Now, granted, whenever I did play Front Mission all those years ago, I did have my friend save states. I won't be leaning on those this time around. Front Mission, if memory serves, is a game did not get an official English release, so I played a translated ROM of it. I think that's right. I haven't looked into it. Trying to dig into the annals of my brain here. Yeah, we'll go with that. Griffith couldn't possibly be mistaken on anything that involves his memory, no. Flawless. Sublime. So, that'll be happening. For a local recording besides Shogun 2, a new thing I'm going to be tackling, I'm pretty sure is going to be, System Shock. That was a request from Dan Gwynn years back. It originally had been like Sid Meier's Pirates, you know, the newer version of that, which came out in '04 or something, so not so new anymore. But he heard how much I didn't care for that version of the game, so it was like System Shock. And over the passage of time, there's an enhanced version of System Shock. So that seems appropriate for me to play. I got a GOG version of it. If that doesn't satisfy me, some other version may. I have not played System Shock in quite some years. Compared to the second game, the original System Shock is a fuck you adventure game. It's less like first-person shooter, like pew-pew, and more survival horror. There are bad endings in the game. Shodan is just as much of a bitch. It's good fun. It's good fun. We'll see how I feel about that good fun, though. With the interface and just with how the game is designed, I don't much remember how the gameplay is, or solutions. But that'll be fun to experience. On stream, besides that one bit of Front Mission, we are going to be doing more shit involving ogres, because Dolwyn87 wants me to play Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. PlayStation 1. That is another 15-hour request, like Ogre Battle was. I've never played it before, so I don't know if I'll be inspired by the game to want to finish it. Beats me. We'll find out together on stream, for sure. So yeah, those are the new things that I'm saying that I will do next month. If there's something else, then there you go. As a reminder for folks who are like, broadcast live streams? Those happen at twitch.tv/Grimith, which is currently hosting my friend Otaku Shout that I've played Shogun 2 co-op with. But we're not watching him. Yeah, this is where the magic happens. There is no schedule, no, like, noted start time. That's basically whenever I'm comfortable to do it. It can happen at any time during the day or night. Mornings, evenings, but due to how temperatures are right now and will be for the coming months, they're more likely to be times that are not so damn hot. That's when the magic will happen. I will usually post like little videos saying when I'm live now on my channel. I also, like, I will guaranteed paste something in Discord, my Discord channel that you can access by like discord.gg/Grimith that gives you like an invite. There's like a little role that I have built into Discord that I like ping every time I'm broadcasting, and that is like your guaranteed way of getting notifications from me about it. I also sometimes put something on my Twitter about me broadcasting, which I haven't used much over the past several months. The current activity was screenshots from the co-op game of Shogun 2 that I was playing with Danny, where I was the Shimazu and he was the Date, and lots of battle and slaughter and him just being dogpiled continually. Turn 124. We won in winter 1575. Yeah. So, that's what's coming up. I've been asked by a number of viewers about role-playing games. And I don't have any that are coming up on the channel. I have no plans on having any that are coming up on the channel. I am in one right now that is being recorded and streamed. As a matter of fact, the next session of that is today. Let me pull that up. I'm gonna disappear the window capture. I didn't have this window open. Go ahead and... Of course, I don't have it auto-fill out. The search bar, because I don't use Firefox as my primary... my primary browser. It's a backup browser, or in the case of these update videos, my window capture doesn't pick up Google Chrome. Which was an awkward transition when I came over from my older computer to this one. Like, wait, what? Anyway. Haldemir and Rahal, Dreads of the Dragon Coast. I'm playing as a green dragon, Verdolith, name taken from the Penhaligon trilogy. Verdolith, I enjoyed that character, and I've brought it back to life. Gender swap, a size swap as well. I'm a fucking corpulent dragon who uses psionic powers. We've done 14 sessions thus far. They've been pretty alright. I'm enjoying the company. I'm enjoying what it is that we do. Damn it. An ad. I've been defeated. I couldn't show it off. But, well, it's there. You'll find a way through everything. I trust and believe in you all. That exists. And that's going to be my role-playing content. It gets broadcasted every Friday to twitch.tv/Rahal83. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which right now is 4.5 hours from now. That's where the magic happens. It's a scheming game of dragons who are forced to work together because of a ritual that Yaffle, the diviner, created, which bound our souls to having her reincarnate because she saw the spell plague in her fucking end, and she's found a way around it. It is set in the Forgotten Realms, Faerun after the spell plague. Yeah, it's been pretty enjoyable. The system, D&D 4th edition, I'm pretty much done with D&D at this point in my life. I'm good on it. The system doesn't cater to me as much as 13th Age and Blades in the Dark does these days, which I actually... So, this game, the D&D 4th edition one, Dreads of the Dragon Coast, is the only one I have going now, and I don't expect to pick up any others along the way. I'm not interested right now in doing any others along the way. I was, at the start of this week, in 2 other games, though. One was a 13th Age game, which was on Tuesday nights, which I broke out of due to, primarily, like, I want to do something else at that time. Like, maybe broadcast at that night. Time is a bit more precious for me now. And Thursday, I had my ongoing Blades in the Dark game we've done over 60 sessions in the past year and a half, and that ended on Thursday in a gloriously spectacular fashion. I delight in Blades in the Dark. a nice little system created by John Harper. Came out not too long ago. Manikai showed it to me back when it was still a Kickstarter, when it was still a beta. John Harper, along with Adam Coble and... Man, I'm blanking on the two other names. Oh, it's gonna piss me off. Had like a little YouTube series as the Bloodletters, where they showed off the game mechanics and how like the gameplay actually works, and it's pretty fun. I would recommend that. If you're familiar with the Thief universe, the Dishonored universe, that's basically the gameplay of Blades in the Dark, at least the setting of it. It's an industrial, like, bleak world. You play as scoundrels trying to eke out an existence here, but everyone's already got territory, so you gotta take it from someone else. I really enjoy the mechanics of the game. I delight in the system. It's so damn fun to play. You play an asshole, and you roll to tell the story of that asshole, and accept the consequences. There's a great storytelling in how the dice are handled. I really like the consequences mechanic of it, where you roll a d6, and a 6 is a success, a 4 or 5 is a success with consequences, and a 1 through 3 doesn't really do it for you. You can also choose to resist those consequences, to either negate them entirely or ameliorate the stress, ameliorate, like, the results. You have a stress pool here, which Scoundrels have. Scoundrels Luck, there's Devil's Bargains. Jazz was the character I played for the final session. She was a secondary character I had made to give my main one, Death Speaker, a break, and she went out in glorious fashion. She died furthering the reputation of the Emporium, that we never lose, no matter what. And our gang, the Emporium, has never lost, no matter what. She was vicious, she was savage, she was a ghost fighter. She overdosed on fucking rage essence. It was glorious and wonderful. I enjoyed that character. Death Speaker was my main, and I played him when he wasn't, in Iron Hook prison, potentially getting a trauma. Somehow, through all 60 sessions, despite all the time he spent in Iron Hook 3 times, and he did like little work release thing where he worked on a farm, like the special like food farms, despite pissing off demons left and right, despite all the dumb shit he did against hulls and other supernatural creatures, he gets out of the game with his mind intact, with his iron will there. He just lost his left lower arm, had to sacrifice it to fuel his power. He used to be someone who combated like other Whispers in an arena where they fought to control a spirit. And during a score, he had his vice involuntarily changed because he got seduced by someone. I didn't resist the consequence. And then he just committed himself to this noble bastard who ended up rising in power and prominence by the end of the game. Roxana Lectica. He retires with her, starts a family with her. They have like an adopted kid, which was a noble that was our ward that we were holding on to secure the loyalty and friendship of a city magistrate. His mentor was a fucking vampire who plucked him off the streets and trained him. He, through like the study of like demonic lore, he got in his mind that memories were a currency to be bought and sold like anything else, and so he pursued rituals to do that. We did so much dumb shit in this game. We talked about it yesterday, like, at the end of the session, and I was like, I don't know how to explain the game to, like, someone and all the crazy things that we did. The gang started as a group of 4 individuals who created a drug that ghosts and demons could consume, and it would affect them. That was our gang. And the dumb shit we did, like declaring war on We declared war on one of the most powerful, like, gangs, organizations in the city to gain access to a personal clothier, because we wanted someone to make our fancy fucking clothes. That's the sort of shit that we did. We betrayed and backstabbed a Greater Water Demon and gave her the middle fingers on her own home turf in the fucking ocean. We pursued a bizarre scheme to to kidnap the Duke's daughter off of a warship and then effectively poison her with a potion of attraction, like a love potion, that would cause her to fall in love with the first person that she saw. And we used her to further our own political ambitions and agenda. We were fucking assholes. And it was so fun. And with that kind of story, success or failure, no matter how it goes, that's quite alright. It's like, well, damn, that was a cool ending. Well, that happened. And that character is a bastard, so I don't care that too much. Let's play another one. I have nothing but glowing things to say about Blades in the Dark. If you haven't heard of it, if you haven't looked at the rules of it, it's so worth your time. At least it's worth mine. Yeah, I'm so passionate about this system. It's really great. Dark Destiny Soul did a wonderful job of running it, better than I have during my short adventures of it. He was really great. And the fellow players, Manikai, Tina, and Sheep, have been seen on this channel before, and on Howlemere and Rahal before. It got whittled down eventually to myself and Manikai. Tina finished up her story with Ghost Hound, the legend, the myth. And Sheep also finished with this game too. Ghost Town was a private eye, cool guy, and Red was just a sleazy asshole full of corruption who just wanted to be a noble, and he ended up becoming the Duke Consort by marrying the Duchess, the future Duchess of the city. His final session, he nearly died. It was really rough for him. All of his boxes of harm got filled out. So yeah, that's it. I have so much more passion about all the dumb, stupid shit. One of our gang rivals, Bajo Baz of the Lamplacks, we got him to quit, and get, a retire, and he opened up a fucking bar and bakery! Bajo Baz's Bakery and Bar! Fucking this big, burly, bearded man who's used to violence and bloodshed. He just gets overwhelmed by the game, by our power, by people trying to fucking kill him, by his second command who's paranoid dying, and we get a open up a bar and bakery! He's fucking baking bread and serving brews! Love it! Oh, man. Yeah, great things about that system. Oh, wow. All the time I spent conveying that passion. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. But that game's over. I just have one game going, and it's actually being recorded to share with people. Dungeons & Dragons, 4th edition, Dreads of the Dragon Coast, where I'm playing the game because it's a story that I've never told before. Not so much because I really love the system. But I do have another system that I would share with you folks, or at least snippets of. I don't have a tab for this. Redwolfe, I can share his full Discord name in the video description, is developing something and has been developing something for a while, which, remember when I talked about We the Revolution and a judge and influencing and manipulating and trolling and political machinations? Redwolfe has created a system of courts and crowns, which has the players immersing themselves in a city atmosphere, like an alternate, reality to ours, but many of the same flavors and veins, and not as technologically advanced, like a steampunk sort of thing, where you end up playing like a judge and investigators and wading into machinations and dealings with people and influencing the political structure. I did a test session of that last year, was it? Maybe even been more than that. And I was there, and I just was influencing things, manipulating things. I felt powerful. Fuck all you bastards, you have to respect me and kowtow and genuflect before me, because the fate of your lives is in my hands, whether you get what you want or whether you suffer. It's that sort of thing. Enjoyed that. It's We the Revolution, only without the elements that my friend described that I didn't enjoy about We the Revolution. Yeah. So there's that. I'll put his Discord ID in the video description. I'll refrain from sharing his email address. I don't know whether he'd be comfortable with doing that. He's looking for folks to help test out and hammer out, like, the kinks in the system, and he can provide a greater description of it than I can, because I'm not sure how much he wants me to share. I only just want to share my personal experience of, you know, becoming a judge and being elevated to a prominent position within the city, and staring up at the judge hierarchy, and looking at folks who come in, wanting the judge's favor. So yeah, if you're interested in that sort of thing, he's written about it before in my Discord server and, you know, hashtag roleplaying. I think he'd be all right with sharing more details to see if we can entice some folks to help test things out. I do recommend it. I think it's worth your time. The Nebula skew. I don't know about you specifically, but you in general. Like, you if you were, like, diluted. A diluted you. Alright. That takes care of basically everything except for the Wall of Shame. Yeah, I think that does. So I got a Patreon, and I'm not going to open up a fucking tab for that. You can access that here. What the hell? Corporate Grim's Patreon. Over this creating Let's Get On That Adventures. Look at this number. What the fuck is wrong with this? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Don't do these things. Ah. Terrifying. But yes, it's existed since the end of 2017 is when Corporate Grimith was like, we made this because people regularly ask for more ways to give me stuff. Once it, you know, you just hold your breath. No, I fucked up the sentence. What I was trying to say is that there will even be more ways to give me money in the future. I'm sure of it, because I've been talked into more things, and sooner or later, the joke of me having merch will become a reality. But until then, what you have is this. And, like, Twitch subs and bits, and there's, like, a PayPal thing. Which, even though that's changed, you can still give me that, and I could still take the money just fine. I'm not going to talk about the nuances of how PayPal has changed. Alright, just move on. So yes, the Wall of Shame. The people who are in the update video insult category of $25 or more per month, where we all know that it's actually just a shout-out, because I'm no fucking insult comic, and how can I insult you more than what you putting money in this category does, right? Like, I just don't have the means. It's beyond my capacity. And because it's not really in my heart to insult you people. Not on demand, not like that anyway. I'm not like insults on demand, you know, in high definition, 4K resolution. Just not who I am. You know, I can... Yeah, just kind of like petered out there, because I don't have it. Anyway, the folks to chide and scold this month are Nick King, who is continuing to excel in giving far more than the $25 or $25 category. Longshot 137, Cast Iron Dude, Ponderfish, Lieutenant Smash, Necrolo 2, Kalen, Perpentock, Zachary McKinley, Tiny Shopkeeper, Proxibane, Mog, and Applejack. You crazy bastards are enabling Grimith. Corporate Grimith rubs his hands with glee and shakes his nipples at the monitor as you shower him with money. Hope you all enjoy that mental image. That pretty much takes care of it for this update, which got incredibly passionate. My voice is like, what the fuck? I wasn't prepared for this morning. I think we're good. I've enjoyed this month. I really have. It's been uplifting. Spending time doing something I'm passionate about, having fun along the way, and sharing it with others. The local recording, interacting with folks, the broadcasts. It's been really good for me. It's been so good, and we're doing it again in June. It also helps that I am able to do so. There will be a time when that is not the case, but it's not next month, that's for sure. Although the heat may have something else to say about that. Oh, take care, everyone. Do good deeds. Say hi to the people you love. Hell, say hi to the people you don't love. Everyone needs a high every now and then, right? Well, maybe not high, but... you'll figure it out. I'm no, like, life mentor advisor person. Don't trust what I say. Don't take what I say with a grain of salt, either. Just regard me warily, suspiciously. Because I have no real investment in your lives. I could throw it all away frivolously. I'm that kind of douchebag.